Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. You know, I'm doing a lot of these 5-minute motivators on sales techniques because I have just a ton of salespeople that are enjoying the sales topics. I'm also doing a lot on leadership and personal leadership because I'm finding that people are enjoying those also. But I don't want to get away from the core mission of this particular channel, and that core mission is being able to take personal motivational topics and condense them in such a way that it gives you something to think about for the rest of today. So what I would like to do is to kind of go backwards a little bit, and I'd like to discuss a topic today called falling in love with life. You know, ladies and gentlemen, how many children do you see that absolutely hate life? None. How many adults do you see that are like that? All of them. I used to read to a second grade class in the Northeast PA area. Once a year I would go in and do some readings to them. It was nice when outside people came in to do that, and the teachers appreciated it. Well, one year I was in front of these second graders. They're all 7 years old. And I said, I'm curious, how many of you can sing? 30 hands out of 30 students went up in the air. I can sing, I can sing, I can sing. You want to hear? And I asked, how many of you can paint? How many of you could draw? And 30 hands up. I could draw great. I could draw great. And one kid whipped out a paper from his notebook, and he said, look, I just drew this plane. Between me and you, it looked like a plane crash, but I didn't want to say anything. I said, that's great, thank you. And I said, how many of you can dance? 30 hands went up. Everybody, all my second graders, they can sing, they can draw, and they can dance. Well, whenever I use this live, I ask the same question to my adult classes. How many of you can sing? And normally what I'll get is maybe one or two hands go up, and then somebody from the back might say, with or without alcohol. I'll say, how many of you can dance? And that same person will probably say, with or without alcohol. And I ask how many of you can draw, and barely any hands go up. And I'm just curious, I know if we regressed back several decades, and I asked the same question of that group back when they were 7 years old, all their hands would go up. So the question is, what happened between then and now that kind of beat the enthusiasm out of us? Yeah, maybe our teachers, preachers, parents, etc. They always wanted us to fly with the rest of the flock, to run with the rest of the pack. And because of that homogeneous process of life, we might have lost the zest for it. Well, I'm asking you today to reinvest that time into loving life again. And one of the best ways to do that is to spend several seconds, that's all, seconds, several times a day in awareness. What do I mean by that? I'm going to get up from this chair now. But before I do, I'm going to look around, and I'm going to be aware. I'm looking at those beautiful flowers that are growing here wild in Costa Rica. I'm looking at the sun that's about ready to burst through the clouds. I'm feeling the warmth of the air. That's awareness. That's long enough. And now I get up and I go do what I need to do. Awareness is a tremendous way for you to begin to love life again. We have become numb to the various elemental aspects of living. I'm asking you to stop that. Be aware of the simple things. Be aware of that pungency in the aroma of a cup of coffee and in the flavor of it as you drink it, or tea, or whatever your favorite morning beverage happens to be. Be aware for just a few seconds, a few times a day. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I have a feeling that you will reintroduce yourself to life, and that reintroduction will cause you to begin to love it again. That love will cause motivation to spike. After all, this is a 5-Minute Motivator. Bill Shaka thanking you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Bye-bye now.